All right, guys, so we have a 2015 Prius C that we'll be doing the battery replacement today. This is the hybrid battery, not the 12-volt battery. Okay, first thing first, we just come to the rear over here. Please ignore the mess in here. Initially, most people doesn't know about it. You actually need to disconnect this right here by inserting your belt buckle into the tiny red area here. Okay, so we'll get the buckle, press it in here, press it down to release. Now press down like this, push down, not from the front. That releases. Okay. All right, so next thing we need to do is remove the clips on here. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think another one over here. 6 clips. But the previous owner actually had it removed to replace this battery, and they're missing. So you're supposed to remove the clips, yank these out. They come up like this, all 3 pieces. Place it somewhere else. And then the next thing is you need to disengage the seat mat. Yeah, so he had it done. I'm going to show you guys. So here, right down here, this is where you actually have to put your hand underneath and pull up like that to disengage the whole seat. And then remove the whole cushion and place it under the car or something like on the very rooftop like this one here. After that, we actually need to remove quite a few bolts here. So we have 1, 2, and right here 3, and another one right over here 4. So let's go get those removed. Meanwhile, it's also best to get this disengaged. Push down, pull up, and then push out to disengage. Keep this, and we'll use that later. And then that's disengaged. Remove the seat frame, and then we'll disconnect the 12-volt battery. Okay, so once we got the bolts removed, then we'll just lift this frame and take this out. It's best if you have a assistant to help you out, or you could do it by yourself. Just be careful not to scratch this. After that, we need to disconnect the vent, disconnect the battery, the harness, the fan, and then we can remove the hybrid battery. So let's take a look here. Okay, so we need to get this battery disconnected. There's a 10mm. Once you get that loosened, just remove it and place it aside. Once you have the cable disconnected, you could actually leave the battery on here. You don't have to take it out. And then we just need to remove the air vent. The vent only has 1 clip. You could use a bone tool or a pick. I'm trying to see it too. Okay, pop this off, get the clip off, and then put it aside. And all you got to do is just yank on the side like this, and then pull out. And then place it aside, and then remember to install it back in there. Okay, while we're here, let's get the cable disconnected right here. There's clipped. Remove these clips. Okay. There you go. And here's the other one. Okay, while we're still on the passenger rear, we're gonna disconnect the harness over here, and then pop this one off. So for this connector, just squeeze, pull that out. And this one right here, squeeze, wiggle, pull that out. And then we're gonna have to use a tool to pry that off. Now we just need to Pry this off over here. There you go. Place it aside and make sure we don't smash this, okay? And then now we just need to disconnect the connector over there. There you go. Here's the tool. There we go. And all right, so now we need to remove, there's a 10mm nut and then the hybrid socket clip over there that uses a special tool. Hold the base and twist. There you go. And then it pops up. That's it. Once you get that, place it aside and we move the 10mm over here. Okay, got it. Okay, and then what we need to do is remove and disconnect these connectors. Right here, you can push and wiggle. It's kind of hard to do it with one hand. I'll let the technician over here does it. There you go. Push that and pull. That's it. And then there's another one. There you go. So place these hardness on the side. That way, when you remove them, you don't pinch it. So there's 4 nuts. We got to get that removed. And then we can lift out the battery. Okay, so we need to remove that. Go ahead. There's one. There's another on the corner. Okay. There's another one right here. And one right there. Okay. Okay, there is a plastic clip. There you go. That's holding on. Okay, that's good. And the next step is with another assistant's help, we can remove this and bring it outside. Okay, so we got the hybrid battery removed. One of the main reasons why the battery fails is because you see all of this, it's actually debris. Take a look at this. Yeah, yuck. So we got to remove all of these, clean it up, and then remove the 3 nuts. There's 1, 2, and 3 over here. There you go. We'll put it aside. Next, we need to remove the bracket right here. There's a 10mm here, and then a 10mm here, and this thing, and then another 10mm down here, right there. Yep. And then I usually like to place the components in the corresponding side. So next thing is, let's get the casing off. So there's 10, another 10 right there. Not yet, Juan. Gotta remove the front side as well. There's this side. So here's a 10mm. 10. Okay. Gotta remove this. Right there. Okay, 210 over here. Now we can remove the cover. And then you got to remove the 10 in here. There's a 10 right there. There you go. And then now you could actually remove this piece as this 10mm right there. So that's the side trim. We'll place it underneath. This one right here, and gotta remove the bottom 3 nuts, 1, 2, and 3. It's at an angle. It's hard to see. Right here. There we go. And then the whole piece comes out like that. Okay. So this is the hybrid battery. So right now, what I like to do is, as you can see, I pre-marked it. This is the front, passenger side, rear. Same thing over here. Front, driver side, D right there, and R for rear. Yep. Remove the 3 more nuts. Now we're exposing the bus bar. Okay, so this is a good time to snap a picture and then indicate where your sensors are. Here's one. I actually mark it here. And then here's another sensor. And I marked it there. And also the dirt sensor right here. Likewise, I also sometimes mark the cover where the sensor is. And on top of that, I like to take a look. You see right here, it says positive. So I mark positive here and negative, and I mark negative here. So when you're installing the battery, make sure it's in the correct sequence. Negative, positive, and so on. Likewise, I mark it here and mark it here as well. So it's always good to mark them. And then so in case you forgot about it, you could always refer back to it. All right, so let's have these sensor disconnected. So you actually just need to unclip both sides and pull up. Very easy, but be careful, don't break them. Otherwise, you would have to get those replaced. And then we just get the harness removed and place it aside. Okay, so to remove the whole harness, we got to disconnect the connection over here. That's a sensor. And then there's a connector. Push that. And I think this one you just yank up. Be careful. Push on it and yank. And then remove this clip cover. And then just disconnect the harness. What is this one here? This one's kind of jammed, so be careful. There you go. Pry it out. Okay, and then we'll just place it aside right over here. After that, let's disconnect the 10 millimeter here, and then the 10 millimeter here, and then remove the module BMS. So to get access to this, it's actually in the way. You have to push this tab right in there. Oh, I'm not showing it. There you go. Push the tab right there and pull out, and then now you get access to 10 millimeter. Yep, there you go. Have that disconnected. And then another 10 millimeter underneath. There we go. All right. Place it aside. Now, to get this off, we need to remove the two 10 millimeter right there. 8, not 10, sorry. They're 8 millimeters. After that, we'll have to disconnect and replace all the bus bars with the new one. All right, so while my technician is removing all of the 8 millimeter nuts on the bus bar, be very careful when you're replacing them. You need to do from one side to the other. Do not jump, because the voltage are added up if you're actually going from one end to the other. So it's better to disconnect one at a time in sequence. Okay, now we just need to remove the bus bar, and we will have to replace all of these copper plates in the bus bar later. I'll demonstrate that. And then now we just gotta disconnect and remove everything on the other side. Okay, as this is kind of hard to see, but you can see this side's not as bad as the other side, but you can especially see this one right here is horrible. There it is. And the other's not too bad, but overall, those still need to be replaced. Okay, so we have all the 8mm nuts removed here, so we just gotta take out the bus bar. Okay, Juan, can you help me out? Take this one out. Yep, and then we'll just place it right down here. So after that, we just need to flip it over. Actually, flip this forward, and we move the. Make sure we don't pinch anything. Okay, that's good. And then we need to remove all of the 8mm here and all the 8mm on the bottom. We'll get that removed. Okay, so we have, gonna be hard to see, all of these 8mm has been removed. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, so they're all removed now. And we just got to remove the 4 nuts right there. And then we need to replace these batteries. So we still have the old battery here. As you can see, again, the sequence is negative, positive, negative, positive, all the way to the end at positive. So when we're replacing it, I'm also stacking them up as negative, positive, all the way to positive at the end. Okay, so we're gonna remove all of these out this way, and then placing from the top to bottom in, so that the sequence is going to be the same. So let's get that going. Okay, Juan, let's start removing a few of these. We're going to follow this sequence, negative, positive, negative, positive. There you go. Now, depending on what option your battery comes with, the 20 piece right here, they have to be come in individuals without the bracket. Then some of them will come as one piece that is all strapped together. Then you don't have this problem. The problem that I'm talking about is when we are securing them. As you can see, they do not line up right now because it's not currently being secured or locked in with the bracket over here. So be very careful when you're installing these. Make sure that the holes on the very bottom lines up and are secured, and then that way you don't have to make adjustments later. So we need to double check. So negative, so we have negative, positive, all the way to the end as positive. Now we just need to put the cover back on there. Now there is a little tip. You could actually cut these little indents or nipple off to make it easier. So we decided to cut off the nipple right over here. So there's one here and then one over here. So we cut that one off, and then we're going to cut this one off as well. There we go. And then there's one here and one on the bottom. So we'll cut that off. That will give you a little bit more of a working room to start the thread on the 4 bolts, and then you could actually secure it. So only do that for the ending pieces. Get a knife and just go trim that off. That's just, there you go. That's it. Here you can see all the bus bar. Oh, they're not focused. Here it is. All the bus bar was removed and replaced. Here's that old stuff. Look at that. That's no good. Corrosions, oxidations, they will cause check engine light. So get that replaced. And now we're also removing and replacing the nuts on these. These are the new hardwares. Just need to snap it in. And where the clips. And where the clips are. Boom. Okay, after that, we'll install the BCM side connections right here. Put the harness back on there. Connect everything back. And I'll show you guys the finalized product. Okay, so once we have the brackets on there, we secure the harness and attach the sensors where we marked it. So here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3, and then routing. After that, we have this side. We need to connect the connectors in and the little air sensor. All right, now we've got the bus bar, the covered, all of these back on there. We just need to put the fan and the cover back on. Okay, so with the fan installed, now you see we got the fan all cleaned up. Get rid of all that gunk inside. We just need to secure these bolts. Now, all you got to do is reverse order and then install this back into the car. Okay, so we got the battery installed, the connection reconnected, the fan reconnected, the harness reconnected, the fan shroud, put it back in. Next step, it's very important. Make sure this connector, it's secured and proper, and then put that in. Now push down and make sure it snaps back on, because if you don't snap back on, that connector doesn't get engaged. It's still going to cause a check engine light. So make sure you do that. After that, just put the backrest, the seat bracket back on, clear fault, and road test.